guys doing? My name is Gold, and welcome to another episode of my show. I still don't know what it's called yet, but we'll get to that later on. Today is something that I feel like a lot of people are not going to want to listen to as a show, but those that feel like they want to become a better person are definitely going to want to know everything that they have to see that they surround themselves with that can make them a better person if they need to eliminate some things or add some things. So, today I wanted to talk about the biggest influence. And the thing I feel like the biggest influence in the world is music. And that's basic, but a lot of people don't know why it is that music has been something where we all can have a point or a person that we listen to that we can relate to. They know our pains, they know our pleasures, they know what type of person we want to be, what type of things we want to do. So they put that in music, and it usually is something that a lot of people follow. It usually has the trend, whatever's trending as far as what you say, what type of clothes you wear. It usually is on in music. It usually comes from music. You can't really get the newest outfit from the sports game, or you might get it from the new movie, but mostly the movie with the music that goes behind it is what makes a movie so great. The dramatics, the build up, the soundtrack, everything that goes into it basically adds more value to a movie. Why do I feel like music is the biggest influence? Is because it becomes an anthem. It becomes an anthem to a lot of people. A lot of people listen to a type of related type of music, and they feel like, well, this is how I should feel, or this is how I'm feeling, and this is what I should do. This is what I want to say. This is how I want to feel. So they usually show that as an anthem. A lot of people that don't live the life that they live want to live that life, and they use it as an anthem of who they want to be. So that becomes a topic of its own. It speaks when we can't. So when we cannot say words, when we cannot find the words to say it, or when we want to speak to a person without saying anything, usually you can put on a song to express how you're feeling, to express what you want to say. I remember when an ex of mine used to have pain in her heart from the way that I was treating her. I used to know it was not that time that I wanted to walk in the house because Keisha Cole was on. And usually, usually when that was playing, I knew I was in trouble from something that I was doing. So why has it become harmful? It has, the one thing that it has picked up is the vision that you can get out of the situation that you're in. It has given us, even back in the day, like in the war days, people used to say, well, this is what we should stand up for. When, the civil rights movement was going, there was I'm black and I'm proud. There was, stuff that relates to us being stronger, us standing up for ourselves, us going to war. And there was also a time where most of the songs were love songs. So to express yourself to your partner, you would put on that song. And in marriages and relationships, they usually have that song that they both connect to and say, this is our song. And every time it plays, you think of that person, or that person knows you're thinking of them, or you're feeling that person at that time with that song. But it has become harmful because you see the vision of poor people getting rich. You see a lot of people saying, this is the way that I got out, and this is the way that I became unpoor. So once you see that, that gives a lot of people the idea that if they follow that, that is the way to go. I feel like we choose to have these type of visions off of these people because we don't want to find our own way, or they are the most fun when how they look, how they dress, the type of people they hang around, the type of people that respect them, how many people respect them is a thing that adds on to it and makes it so that it's appealing to people. It also has become harmful because it the way that it portrays women. Like I said, back in the day, there was a lot of men in the R&B section, especially in the black community. There was a lot of people in the R&B section that used to sing about love. They used to sing about this is how I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you better. If we break up, I'm going to ask for you back. I'm going to do the things that I need to do to stay in this relationship. Let's get married. Let's have a family. Let's get things together. Have you seen the woman that I love? Stuff like that was the type of music that was out there in the world in the days. But today we have a loss of love in our music. So it's not a lot of, let's have a family. That is, the most popular type of music. There's still some out there that says it, but it's not portraying women as the wife. It's not portraying women as the person that you want to treat right. A lot of music is negative. A lot of music is negative towards women. So I enjoy the music. I definitely do, but at the same time, I can't have it being my way of following because of the fact that I don't want my daughters to be treated like that. I definitely don't want my sons treating other women like that. So I don't want that to be my type of thing. And with the loss of love, even for our brothers, we're always looking for somebody that's a snake or somebody that do us wrong, somebody that's jealous of us, somebody that I can step over to do wrong because of their woman that I can steal. It's not love in the music as much anymore, especially in the popular side of things, because of the fact that that's not what people want to hear. So since it's not what people want to hear, it's not being portrayed as the music that needs to be out there. The love of money has become more and more of the mission. It has become the thing that everybody thinks that will make their lives better. Having the most money, having the more money will get you more respect, will get you more women, will get you out of trouble. You can pay for everything once you get the most money, and even getting it the wrong way. So a lot of people will step over other people to get money, and that has become a real life thing if you look at it, especially with the thought of selling drugs and doing drugs, because nobody wants anybody selling drugs to their mom, but they want to sell the drugs. Nobody wants anybody selling drugs to their kids, but they'll sell the drugs to somebody else's. So we actually have to look at that and say, the love of money, we don't want that around. Get money. What it is, it was on Players Club, make money, but don't let the money make you. We have to accept it as entertainment and not as a way to follow. I feel that a lot of people don't accept the music as entertainment. They accept it as a way of life. They accept it a way to follow. They accept it as, this is me. This is who I want to be. This is how I should live my life. This is how I should look. This is what everybody else is doing, so I want to do it. This is how I'm feeling, so I want everybody else to know this is exactly me and this is going to be me. But if we don't accept it as entertainment, it'll become a lifestyle. And like I said, if we don't treat women with respect, if we don't treat our kids with the integrity of being a man ourselves, we're not going to get that way. I see a lot of women disrespect a lot of things, but they don't disrespect that music. I see a lot of women say, I don't want, these racial things happening to me, but then they go on a dance floor and they're like, well, shake that booty, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to use bad words right now, but they say negative words towards a woman and she throws her hands in the air and, she's out there dancing. So it's not growth that we're actually getting out of following the music that's really popular these days. And it's not teaching us the things that we need to follow, and the things that we do listen to and need to follow, it's not that popular. It's not being listened to. It's being put on the back burner. So I think that we need to learn to use it as entertainment, because that's what it is. It's only entertainment. It's not a Bible. It's not, the way to follow. They don't even want to follow it. That's why they're making that music. They're saying, once I'm out of this, I don't have to go back to that anymore. And that's not what I want to do. I want to stay out of trouble. I want to stay away from this. Most of the men that are disrespecting music, women in their music, go and marry somebody. They go home to their wives after they say, I slept with so and so, or this is what you do. They actually step into a whole different life because they didn't want to live that life. We are a spiritual war. So the one thing I feel like we should notice is that we have to watch what we eat. And I mean that as in our whole bodies, not just our food, but the things that we watch and the music that we listen to. Because the more that we push ourselves towards that music, is the more that we're poisoning ourselves to accept that as a way to follow. Or, or that kind of energy. You accept that energy into your life, and that's what you're going to get. If we want more positive things to happen, we have to be able to listen to more positive music. And I'm not saying that we should just throw that music away. I'm saying that we need to accept more positive into our life. We need to slow it down from listening to, the killing and the drugs and the, disrespect of women. Because the more that we accept it, that's the way that we're going to become. We don't want to walk our kids down the way and say, this is who we listen to. We want to be able to teach them that, you got to be more positive. You got to accept that. Not everybody is going to get out the hood by selling drugs. Some people are going to get out the hoods by being doctors, by being lawyers, by owning their own business, accepting that, working is what it is. So not everybody can be that. Not everybody's going to be that. So we don't want the prisons getting more and more business. We don't want baby mamas, being left with kids without a man in the house. We want to be able to say that we taught them the best way that we could, with not having so much of that negative stuff around. So our spirit is the one thing that we want to protect, and the one thing that you want is positive energy, but you have to have positive to bring positive. So with that, I know I was rambling on, and like I said, I don't feel like this is a subject that a lot of people are going to want to hear about. But I feel like it's a subject that I still should talk about, because one day they're going to come back to this and say, well, how do I become a better person? How do I get more positive out of there? And what is the most thing that is influencing me? And they're going to listen to this and say, well, music is the biggest influence. So I do thank everybody for your time. I'm hoping that this helped out. Especially the men that are trying to get better, the women that are trying to get better and see things that we need to see. This is definitely a continuance of the value of men, and I'm hoping that it helps our value go up by looking at this and saying this is what we need to do. So I thank you guys for your time. Have a good day.